Hello everyone, welcome to today's stream. So if anyone watched yesterday, I had my stream where I essentially had a, I don't know what to call it, I had a slow motion breakdown over my fixed frame rate physics being bad and everything being terrible, and I think I said 20 times I'm in so much trouble. I'm just gonna recap a bit about that and show you sort of it all worked out in the end. So I'm just gonna, the problem was essentially that my physics code didn't work properly with it didn't do the correct like interpolation when you were in between two fixed physics time steps. It wasn't very well implemented. It looked like it worked nicely at 60 FPS, but when you ran at, for example, on a 90 Hz screen, everything just went bad, or similar. Now this is looks like, I think this is just due to the stream. This actually does not have a perfect frame rate, but that's yeah. It's just probably OBS. But anyways, I can show you quickly just a recap of that. I hope the chat is working. I had one stream once where the chat was not working and I didn't notice, and I'm forever scarred from that. So what I did yesterday in the end, you know, there was a while when I watched yesterday where I was like, oh, maybe I have to completely, you know, put my update inside, like the whole update of the whole player inside this fixed time step thingy. And, you know, it felt very scary because I was gonna introduce 10 million bugs. But anyways, that's not what I did in the end. Because at least at the end of the stream yesterday, I kind of went back to how it was before, because I realized my physics, I only use sort of some kind of custom physics for the player. Like I don't use it, there's no general physics really. So since that only applies to the player, then I was like, okay, what we need is to interpolate the player between the previous and the next position, which is kind of this stuff here. So I have a render position for the player, and I lerp between the previous pos and the new one based on how much time we have left in some accumulator, which means if we want our physics to run at at like 16 ms per fixed frame. Good morning, Finland. Aku. Make the chat a bit bigger since I have it on the screen these days. And you know, if you have, I add the frame length here, so you know this one might contain a tiny bit of stuff after this sort of loop down here, where it sort of steps through all the fixed time steps that it can do up until the physics accumulator, which is the physics time accumulator, which is this one. When this one is equal, I think actually this should be like this maybe, but I don't think it matters that much. It sort of floats anyways. But yeah, so what am I saying here really? There might be some time left still in this, and in that case you should interpolate between the previous and the current frame, right? So I added that. Then there was still some problems, and then I was like, oh, and that's, you know, when I still had those problems, and then I started doing all this crazy stuff with trying to put my whole player update inside this loop. But at the end I reverted all that, and I was like, okay, maybe I can just do the player plus do the camera. So I moved the camera code down here, and then in the camera code I made sure to use that it always uses the player's render pos instead. And I don't know, just after I shut down the stream yesterday, I recompiled and then everything was fine. So I think maybe I just had hot reloaded and not restarted something. Maybe there was some, I'm not sure. But after that, essentially everything worked fine. And I have tested the game. There was also another bug here. because in this loop here you need to multiply everything by physics dt, not by the standard dt. The dt here is how long the frame took. This is our fixed time step, which will loop like this, right? And in here, like here, it applies gravity by pushing you down, your velocity down with physics dt. There was also a bug in here where it said like this. So the faster my frame rate was, the slower you fell, because in x direction it used physics dt, but in the y direction it used dt. So I noticed that when my frame rate got higher, I couldn't jump as high anymore, and you started falling slowly also. So that was fun. So I fixed that, and after I fixed this and everything was nice, then I tried playing the game. I turned off VSync and tried to play the game without any frame rate lock, and I could play it in like 3000 frames per second. There's no problem at all. My GPU made a whining electrical noise from doing that because it ran so fast. But I put in an FPS limiter in here to 500 frames per second. I don't think we're having any screens anytime soon that does a 500 hertz. So I put that in just to have, like, in some cases where people disable VSync, they should still not murder their GPU. And then I tried to play the game. I played through the whole game in 500 FPS, and it works fine. There's no problem at all. So that's all good. That's all fixed. And then I tried playing it on my laptop, which has an OLED 90 Hz screen, and it's super smooth. And the way I saw this problem originally was when I tried on I have a new Steam Deck, the OLED Steam Deck, and it seems like OLED screens for some reason. I don't know if there's a technical reason for this, but both my laptop and the new Steam Deck has an OLED screen, and both my OLED screens are 90 Hz monitors. So that's how I discovered it, that the game stuttered a bit on the Steam Deck. So I fixed that. I tried it again on the Steam Deck, and now it's absolutely super smooth. It was okay and playable before that, and most people would say it's smooth, but you know, it's always the artist sees all the errors and cries at night. Anyways, today we're doing something even worse than yesterday. So today we're gonna do something very fun. If I can show you, I think, what happens. I can start my game. Start. Okay, press the game. Yeah, so this is my game. It does when I stream, the frame rate is worse, I've noticed. I don't know why. Should look into that. Maybe whatever, it doesn't matter for the stream. What we're doing today is what happens if you currently if you change audio output while playing my game, then the game crashes. I can show you. I can move myself from the stream there, and this is my audio switcher, and I change from my headphones to my speakers, and the game just died. Right. Moving around. So that's what we're looking into today, and I reported this. This is a crash inside Raylib, and I asked the Raylib people, and they say, oh, it's actually a known crash inside miniaudio that Raylib uses. But people have posted a workaround in miniaudio now, and so I was thinking maybe today we can look at that workaround, and then we try to somehow, I don't know how miniaudio works. I have the code for compiling Raylib myself because I need to do that anyways. So we try to work around that and see if we can get crash free. The reason this is important is there's not so many people that maybe change audio output manually like that while playing a game. Some people will do, but on some computers there's also when you plug, like on laptops, when you plug in your headset, like, or maybe you're playing your game with your headphones and then some of your friend is like comes around and you're like, oh, check this game out, and then you pull out your headset. On some computers there is a physical switch in there that just changes so that the cable actually goes to the speaker instead of that's sort of like the old school 80s. Maybe no one does that anymore. But on my laptop, what it does, it tells the driver or something that, hey, can you please change audio output from headphones to speakers because the headphones were unplugged, and then the game crashes. So my game crashes if you just unplug. Only on Windows. This happens only on Windows. if you unplug it currently. So we just need to fix this on Windows. So let's look at that. Yay! Right. Minimize that maybe. So I was thinking we open a new web browser and we're gonna look at some stuff here. Go to GitHub. I have my issue there about all these things, I think. Well, that's my issue, but where is it? Is it in my inbox? Okay, we have to find this now. It's actually on miniaudio. It's a issue on here. Raylib. No? Oh, maybe they closed it already. Or maybe I should search for crash. I'm just trying to find where is it? How do I find everywhere where I've written a comment? I can't find the issue anymore because it's too hard. Which one is it? Crash when changing default playback device. Is it this one? Yes, this is the one. I think I've commented in here. Yeah, there's me and there's Ray, blah blah blah. And let's see what people say here now. Thanks for the... Okay, so maybe this is already fixed in miniaudio. Code. Let's see. Where is this? So people have proposed a fix here that's like you just surround some code inside miniaudio with this stuff and then the crash goes away, but they're not really sure what's wrong. But for me, any workaround is good right now because I just need to fix this and move on with my life. Right. Where does that fix go though? Co-create instance. Okay, let's look what this guy said. On my... Hello, Alonso. Alonso says, on my Linux laptop, it's not uncommon that I have to switch audio channel manually to send audio to the other device mid-session. Yeah, this is only a problem for me on Windows though. The crash doesn't happen on Linux, so that's... it's just some bug in miniaudio on Windows. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me see if they put this in. I mean, if they put this fix into miniaudio already. Yeah, this not much happening here, is it? Dev, is this their super duper? Wait, February. Blah 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 blah. I need to understand. Hello Zanzen. I need to understand where this happens. And I found in miniaudio Emma get there's a call to co-create instance. When default audio devices change, this thing is eventually called from change different thread, which causes to fail because there was no co-initialization using the thread. Okay. Right. Let me download this source and look at it. We download this. Well, I can actually clone it. That's better. Wrong. On some computers I use HTTPS, and some computers I use SSH for Git. So hopefully we can just put in a simple workaround and then recompile. I don't even know how miniaudio looks. I should look at. I have the Raylib source here as well. Let me have a look at that. Okay, raudio.c. I guess this is like mini audio is used in here. Yeah, external mini audio. Is mini audio like a single header thingy, or is it a single file library for playback and capture? To use it to the it's that's nice. I don't need to do anything then. Mini audio is a so-called, it's like STB. I think it's all the code is in the header. So I think, yep, define mini audio. We don't need any of this. We just need to look at we just need to check. Maybe I can just update the Raylib source. Let's check if I'm a bit sorry. This will be a bit chaotic because I need to. Where did my stuff go? Miniaudio.h. Okay. There is a call to co-create instance. Hello, Yoon. Oh, there was a. You mean in miniaudio.h? There was a commit. Maybe it was in dev branch. I'm a bit all over the place, so it's. That one. Yeah. Let's see. La. Okay. This is different than the other thing people talked about. This is just indentation, blah blah blah. This playing buffer, blah blah blah. Yeah. Get status. Is this? Can you see on GitHub like if people referred to this commit somewhere? Public issue. This one for this infinite loop after device change depending on top level. Wonder if this is E. I think this it's a separate bug actually. Let's see. In Raylib, does it say? Yeah, here's a version number. Yeah, it's one. Jun says that was before the bug report. Yeah, it takes a while to sort of, you kind of look at all the different pieces and slowly you realize what is actually going on here? Let's look at the Raylib source. We go to Raylib and we look at the latest one and see. We go inside source. We go inside external, and then we go inside. What version do you have in here, Mr. Raylib? It says the same currently. Okay. But anyways, let's let me look at that. It's funny discussing it here. Something about WAS API, which I think is the sound API. This person says, I think WAS API is not only thread unsafe, but downright thread hostile. I like that. Is your program thread safe? No, it's actually thread hostile. That's good. Right. So let's look at this thing again. Okay, so inside here, okay, so this person is saying there's a call to this thing here. It works initially on the launch of the program, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but then the person has surrounded it with, let's see here. Right. Co-initialize EX. How does that one look? Okay, you need to feed it some stuff. Is that how you do it? What does these things do? Oh. Let me go back and look. Right. Well, let's try that then. Let me try to see. I'm not looking to do, like, you know, the whole detective work that this person done again, but okay. Oh no, not co-create instance. Co-initialize EX. Co-initialize EX. This one. So how do you use that one? This is when the miniaudio worker thread starts. It does this. What does this thing do then? Okay, it runs co-initialize EX. Okay, this will go into Windows and do stuff. Okay. But what is this stuff? Where is this co-initialize result? Okay. Okay. Let me steal that stuff. Go down to my sad code down here. Right, now we're just fixing some C code here to see if we can work around our funny stuff. Yeah, remove that. Co-initialize result. And where would I then? I use this thingy. Okay. When? Should I? Looks a bit spooky because I think this is some stuff that the audio stuff does too. do the thread handling correctly. So like do I put it on the bottom here? Or do I put it like here? What does this thing even do? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm gonna read in the, this is a Microsoft thing. I'm gonna look at what it does. Creates and default initializes a single object from the class associated. Okay, it's one of those call co-create instance when you want to create only one object on. Yeah, it's this general com stuff that it doesn't even do anything really. I mean, it does something depending on what this thing here is. Yeah. Okay. Let me double check this. I looked a bit and I found there is a call to, it works initially on launch, but when the audio device is changed, it's eventually called from notification and on default to change callback from a different thread, which causes co-create instance to fail because there was no initialize EX call from this friend. Okay. And then the people here said, but I suppose you could do, yeah. Akku says a very unrelated or very related. I almost read it as an unrelated question. Very related question. Is ABBA the ultimate Swedish music thing? I think ABBA is probably the most famous Swedish music thing. Yes, I don't know. I think for modern people, maybe Robin also. Maybe there's someone else. ABBA, Robin, and I don't know. Did I say for modern people? Okay, but when can I run this code uninitialized? Because this looks so weird, because it runs it. This runs a whole thread here, and then it kills it at the end. And this guy, this is for uninitting backend. Oh, Jon is going to the rehearsal of the Swedish Eurovision stuff. Yeah, good luck. Hope. Is this for the actual finale? I haven't been following that stuff, I guess. What does the rest of this stuff do? This is some get default audio endpoint, get device, blah blah blah, get enumerator release, blah blah blah, MA success. Well, this was fun, almost. Poking around in things I don't really understand. Hello, Matthew. I am from Sweden. That's why we're... Akku is asking if ABBA is the ultimate Swedish music thing. But... Is Bruce a big Eurovision fan. That's nice. Problem is I don't really know. Device enumerator, blah 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 blah. What is it? This one actually gets the audio device, I think, and it tries to. Let's compile it, see if this works. Let's see. Where is my? Now we must bring out my favorite program, Visual Studio. Or did I uninstall Visual Studio? I needed to compile Raylib, I think. Wait, do I? Can't I just use... Yeah, Jon says maybe Max Martin is actually... in one sense more important than ABBA. You know, Max Martin has written lots of the Backstreet Boys' biggest hits, and yeah, he's just a Swedish songwriter that writes lots of the big hits. Can I compile Raylib without? I think I remember that I could. Yeah, CD Projekt, CD VS 2022. Do I have MS Build? Do I have... whatever. I'm gonna install Visual Studio now. Can't be bothered. Hello, Thunder. Yes, Thunder is recommending Remedy BG for debugging Odin projects. Yeah, I used it as well, and I also used Rad Debugger, which is nice because it makes it possible to debug while having I can hot reload while having debugger attached with Rad Debugger, which is quite nice. But I'm lazy. This is just I used installing this because this is how I compiled the Raylib last time. Blah blah blah. We install that. Install while downloading. Sure, whatever. Yeah, but I'm installing Visual Studio now just because I need to compile Raylib, and there is a project, and then I need to install MS Build, and then I'm used to doing it from within Visual Studio, so I'm just gonna do it like this. It's not gonna take that long. Many Aku says that just like Finland, Sweden is big on metal music, and asks if something like Opeth is widely known at all in Sweden. Yeah, I know some people who are into metal, and Opeth is quite a well-known band in that. I mean, when I was a teenager, everyone was listening to mainstream Finnish metal, or like stuff like Nightwish and stuff, and I don't remember the other ones. I've actually been to I've been to a Nightwish concert. I think one of the first concert I ever paid for to go to see was when I went to see Nightwish. Okay, so we're installing Visual Studio because I installed it because I don't need Visual Studio usually. I don't think I need it now either, but I'm just lazy. Hello, Tab. While that is installing, maybe I can try to figure out. Maybe I'm a bit annoyed today with my microphone because it's sort of it sort of sometimes blocks the lower part of my screen. I know you can't see it, but yeah. So this is inside miniaudio, and it runs this thing, and that's what's making it crash. So let's go here. And I already looked at this. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. We need to go. You know, I realize I need to run co-initialize, but when can I uninitialize the thing? Like is it here? What does this thing do? Like yeah, that's how we do it here. We type aggressively. What does this thing do? This thing returns. Okay, but what is this thing then? For enumerating multimedia device resources. You see, it's always like there's never any function get audio device. It's just like these things with a random ID that gets stuff, and like so many of these APIs where you must like study the documentation for a day before you can understand anything. But is Visual Studio done? No. We can continue studying this stuff. Okay, I'm just gonna try exactly what this person says. I'm gonna wrap it immediately around this and see if it works. I just have this feeling that doing this here, maybe this thingy it gets is still using it, so then doing this makes the stuff down here crash. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, anyways, what I'm doing here today is there's a bug in Raylib. There's actually a bug in miniaudio that makes miniaudio crash whenever you switch audio device on Windows. So I'm trying to work around that somehow, and people have posted workarounds online. So I'm just gonna signing me in. Hello, Carl. Hi. This may take a few minutes. Visual Studio big. Okay, finally. You're done. Now we can go to Raylib, go into projects, double click this thing here. Now we can compile it. And then we can try in the game, and then we can see if we're all happy. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Yay! Here we go. Here's my release DLL for x64. That's exactly what I want. I think I've been here before. I think it remembers. The project has been modified probably. Okay, it's doing stuff. See? It's doing some stuff. Compiling some stuff. Hmm. 4 errors. Usually yeah, this one always errors because it can't compile some things in debug mode. In what am I saying? In where is even that thingy there? Yeah, it's just one of the projects that fail, but it actually succeeded. So here is my DLL. Amazing. And now it's important to both pick the, this is the DLL version. This one I delete. Let's see here. Wait, this doesn't look. This says it's compiled. It's the wrong date. What the? How does computer work? Aha, it crashed in here. So it actually failed the compilation. Let me go back here and look at that. If MA win 32. Yeah, that's, I mean, why doesn't this work? It's doing it up here. And down here. I mean, I shouldn't have to surround it since I know I'm on Windows, so that doesn't matter. But you can do that anyways. You can do can do that, and then we can go down here and we can be like blah blah blah. We can do like blah blah blah. I don't think that should matter. Aha, it's because I'm stupid. It's not, the problem is not, it's not that this thing is missing, it's just, I need to do that. Sorry, my brain is not really correctly working today. Okay, now it all succeeded. We go back to here, we look and we have this one, and they're both just created now. So we will go to go in here, and what we will do is, I don't think I need to update the .lib file, but we can do, let's just take the raylib.dll, copy it here and see if it all works. We'll see. Run the game, compile. There we go. Now I go down to here where I don't think you can see it. Wait, where is OBS? Whoops, I moved the whole screen. This guy. Let's see. That's crashed. Maybe I need to also update the .lib file. Where is my compiler? There's the vendor folder, Raylib. It's a bit funny inside here because they've made I make a copy of this and I raylib dll.lib. And I place that one. Then I can also copy the DLL here. It's just I have a copy of DLL in my inside my folder where the exe goes. Does this work? Yep, it didn't crash. Interesting. Let's see if let's unmute the game and see if there's audio in my headphones now. Yep, there's like this audio. And then we turn on my speakers. Did I already switch? Yeah. Yeah, that it works. They're coming out the speakers now. So I guess that's good. Now I'm just wondering. I have no. I don't really. I should try to understand what this stuff does. Maybe. Because this thing just. Because this is used previously when it's sort of just before it starts the worker thread, and then it just after it finishes using it. So I was afraid that whatever this thing does will not be valid after this call, but it seems to be okay. Because this guy essentially, I guess it creates a device enumerator, and then down here that is used to actually get the device, and that still seems to work. I will do some gameplay testing with this, see if it works okay, and maybe then I'll call that fixed. I mean, the people in the git remote, was it on? Is this my own Raylib? Yes. Then I can put git commit Windows change audio device workaround. So I have my own fork of Raylib there that I use. The other thing I want to do in Raylib that we can do while we have it open is in our so there is a built-in feature in Raylib that makes it oh yeah, we need to do another thing here. We need to first, before we do anything else, we need to go into release non-DLL build. This will make like the static version, because I use static linking for the release version of the game. I think this is the one. Yeah, is it down building? Blah, 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 blah. Chug, 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 chug. Hey, yes, Thunder. The bug is present in the vendor version of Raylib for Odin. If anyone, as far as I know, it's 100% repro in any. If you use Raylib with Odin and you change audio device on Windows, your program will crash. Has nothing to do with. I don't even think it has nothing to do with Odin. It will happen on any Raylib program if you change audio device on Windows. Yeah. Maybe I should, if this works well, maybe I'll put a PR into Raylib and then they can, I don't know. So this is for this static one here. This is a big one. This is for making the release exe. We can run that. We can build that too and see if it works. Blah 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 blah. Where am I? So we go into here and then we do build release. No, it feels a bit surprising that no one. The problem is in miniaudio they cannot reproduce it in their own tiny samples. They could only reproduce it inside programs that use Raylib. So the miniaudio people were confused on what actually causes it. So they only had this sort of weird workarounds that nobody really was so interested in. Okay, so we go in here. I'm gonna lower the desktop audio volume a bit in case this makes a lot of noise. No, yeah, it won't because put on the music. I even actually think this is muted on. Yeah, you won't hear anything. I think you hear something actually. So we press new game. Oops. That was me. I clicked on. My picture gets very red from this red screen. I look like I'm in some kind of weird bar with cool lighting. Whole screen is just red. Now it gets less red. It zooms out. Okay. Let's undo the full screen. And let's change audio device and see. Turn on. Yep. Yep, that worked. Okay. Well, that's sort of nice. I mean, it's the worst crash bug I have because it's 100% happens on Windows. So it's quite nice to have that fixed. I will do some game testing over the day, see if if I get any crashes on Windows due to this. But other than that, otherwise I'll just ship it like that. Because I think the worst thing is when you're like, someone comes out, like you're playing on your laptop and someone comes up. And I go, what you're playing? I'm playing this. I wanna hear the audio, and then you pull out your headset you have in, and then the game crashes. It's terrible. Okay. So the other thing I want to do here while I have Raylib open, I think maybe I already fixed this, but I'm gonna double check. In Raylib there is a button for recording a GIF and taking screenshots built in, and the only way to disable them is by recompiling Raylib, and I don't want that because I don't know, it just feels like I think it's a weird thing to have on by default, because it's like you just accidentally press F12 and then things go sad. And that's actually an interesting question, Thunder. I wonder if it happens on Steam Deck with the Proton layer. I don't know. I have a native Linux version that I've been testing on the Steam Deck. So where is R in R config here somewhere? No, this one. Let's see. GIF. Yeah, these screen capture and GIF recording. Like automatic screen capture recurrent screen pressing F12. Like this is the key, you know, that I think Steam binds by default to capture a screen. And then if you press Control F12, it starts recording a GIF, and you don't even know how it happens. I don't like that this is on by default. So we disable that, and then we like currently I think if I press Control F12 while in the game, no, nothing happened. Did it output pictures when I pressed F12? Wait, let me try running the game normally. Oh, there was a red circle below. I didn't notice it. Yes, you're right. I didn't see that. Yeah. So this is what happens by default in Raylib. It makes a GIF of the whole thing. So I think now somewhere in here there's a... Here. I mean, it doesn't even look correct. It recorded the wrong part of the screen. So we're gonna make sure that that doesn't happen. I think if I press F12 now also, there will be like a... Where's the JPEG or something? PNG here. It made a screenshot. That doesn't look correct. So those two features are going out. So we're just gonna recompile everything again. Another thing, I have to do this for on Linux and Mac as well. It's no big deal, but I have to recompile Raylib on all platforms. But I will the Linux and Mac I will do. Maybe I'll do that after this or tomorrow or something. Compiling Raylib. I wish this was a setting when you create a window or something. You can say if you want GIF recording and stuff, because it's especially when you're using another language than C, it's a bit annoying. Put on some light. I realized it was dark in here. Right, so we're going to Odin, vendor, Raylib, Windows. Then we will get our, where did the build go? I think it's in here. Raylib bin x64. We built the release version just now. The clock timing is correct. We copy this here, and then we do the same for you. Build. Oy. Good thing to do while I'm already poking around in Raylib. It's already done. Now you must take care to not use this one. I remove that one. And then I copy this one. Wait. Did this even work? Oh. Oops. That was in the wrong folder. Oops. Here is the stuff. This one I delete. Then I copy this one and I say Raylib dll.lib. And then this is compiled. This one is quite... Oh, I think it doesn't even update the lib file here because it hasn't even changed. Yeah, so you only need DLL in that case. I think it's because the lib file, when you make a DLL, it's just... I think that one is just there for Windows to sort of know what's inside the DLL. I don't really know what it does. I mean, on many other platforms you don't even have the lib, you only have the dynamic library in many platforms. But on Windows you usually have both. Okay, now we replace that. Ah, the game is running. Okay, now we recompile the game. See if we get that flashing red. Oh, it still happens. God damn it. Support GIF recording. But I turned it off. Wait, did it? What is going on? What is going on? It's still happening. What the hell? Release DLL. Build Raylib bin. This is the one. I mean, this is the one that we just created. I'm just gonna do a I don't trust C compilers and the rebuild stuff. They you change something and then it misses it. It's like, oh, I didn't see that, sorry. And then the number of times I have to make full rebuilds in C programs is quite funny. And there we go, we have both here now. Let's just do it properly. Raylib dll.lib. These two guys go to the Odin vendor blah 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 in here, and then you go also here. Let's see if it works now. Might be me made a mistake somewhere if this works also. I'm not sure. It's still happening. I mean, this is the dev version of the game. It uses that. Oh, well, I have to look at what this GIF recording thing does then. Repos Raylib src config. Okay. Raylib src. Like, what's... Yeah, turn this off, right? It's off. It's not. Do I have Raylib in my project? Yes, okay, good. Then I can... Wait, yeah, I have. I'm gonna search for this thing. So it's in config, then it's here. If oh good, hopefully it was on define first. What am I doing wrong? Support screen capture. Okay, where's that text flashed? This makes absolutely no sense. What do you mean defined in key callback? Wait, do you mean that I could... What's this? Defined in key callback. What is that? Okay. This returns the key pressed. Like, can I search for this? Do I have to debug Raylib to understand what's going on? It should be simple. Why doesn't it work? I'm so confused. Like, does it actually record a GIF, or is it a bug in Raylib that it... If I do this, stop. No, it records it. Okay. Wait. I'm an idiot. That's not how you do it. You do this. It's just because it doesn't check the value of the define. It doesn't check if this is equal to 1. It checks if this is defined. It's defined, but it's defined to 0. Right. Oh, hello, welcome to my stream where I code Odin. Today we're coding C. And we're not really coding it, we're just changing random things and hoping for the best. Raylib, beep, 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 beep. Now it will work. I bet, almost bet money that it will work now. Because it was defined. It was just not defined to 1 anymore. Let's see. Control F12 no longer does anything, and I can press F12 many times. I mean, there might still be a GIF here from before, maybe. No, I removed the GIF and the PNG file. Yeah, I won the bet against no one. Did I remove the PNG files? PNG. Seems like it. Yeah. So that works. We just need to recompile the normal one, the what's it called? Static linking thingy. I'm very sad, by the way, that, you know, when I build my game, here's how my release builds look. You go in here. Here's my thing. So this is the whole game. See, this is a 57 megabyte exe. This is a whole game in one exe, and it does that by loading in the data into the exe. But, and that works fine. But when I release on Steam, I'm gonna use the Steam API, and I will maybe put in a few achievements and some nice Steam things. And Steam does not supply a static version of the library. I must have a DLL. So on Steam, it doesn't really matter on Steam, because on Steam it installs everything for you. So this is more for when you download a zip from itch.io or something. I just like that it's one exe. But on Steam there will be a DLL next there. So it'll be cat and onion, and it will be Steam API 64.dll. So sad. I could go to the extreme length of loading DLL into the program and then loading it when the program starts from the data inside the program itself. That would be fun. Okay, so this is just created now. We go back here, we go inside here, and we go here, and we go here, and we go here. So the way I've done this is that I have inside my repository, I have the whole Odin compiler again with the whole everything, and this is the compiler version. I won't update the Odin compiler for this game anymore. There's no critical bugs in the compiler or anything new I need from standard library. So I just modified the vendor stuff inside. The reason I have it in here is also because not only that then I know exactly which version on all platforms of the compiler I need, is also that I have a few fixes in especially in the JSON stuff in the Odin compiler that does not, I put them in pull request that hasn't been accepted. So yeah. What are we doing here? We are compiling a release build release. Bat. Today I'm not running it this in high DPI, the screen, and I kind of realized that it's nice because I usually make this a bit bigger for the stream in case someone is not watching a full screen. It would maybe be nice to put Windows in high DPI for the streams to make terminals, and like when I'm doing this kind of housekeeping silly stuff. Okay, I'm trying to run the Raylib DLL, the Raylib lib. Is this just updated now? Yes. Get it out of full screen. Yeah, and now I press Ctrl F12, nothing happens. Press F12, nothing happens, and go here. There's no funny files next to it. Okay, good. So that all worked. Let's see what we have in here. Updated Windows Raylib to not support GIF and screen cap. I wonder if there's any Raylib games on Steam where you press F12, then Steam does the funny half-life sound, and then it, you know, it gives you a screenshot. I wonder if there's any Raylib games on there that also produce an extra screenshot inside the folder. There's not that many Raylib games on Steam, but maybe there are. Okay, let's go into Raylib also. Let's see here. Yeah. Disable GIF and screen cap. Like that. Did I push the other repo? Yeah, I did. Okay. We were able to fix the mini audio crash, but I need to do these things on my Linux laptop and on the Mac laptop as well, but I can't stream that because there are different separate computers. I have a lot to do today. I must make some marketing material for putting on Instagram today before my brother calls me, who is gonna help me put that up. So I'm gonna have to end the stream for today, but it was a funny housekeeping stream. We're flailing around trying to put in workarounds for mini audio and stuff. Nothing too dramatic. But this was essentially fixing the worst crash bug in the game, so with the mini audio stuff. I will playtest some to see if there's any other bugs, and maybe I'll ask in that thread also if they think there's anything I should watch out for. But yeah, we'll see. There's no problems. Okay, so we'll end here for today, and I will have a live stream tomorrow. The one tomorrow might be earlier than this one because I'm booked up in the evening, but I still wanted to do something, so it might be just before lunch here, which means in the middle of the night in the Americas, and then all my viewers from Asia can watch if they want, or something like that. Anyways, have a